I'm going to show just the introduction of how to do um, like a navigation bar. And we're not going to go into super detail, just a kind of a time limitation, but I would like to show exactly how Bootstrap does the basic menu. And then later on, um, if you guys need like more help, we can always go into how Bootstrap then does drop downs, how they do different types of navigation bars, maybe if they're fixed at the top or just regular, different designs they do, etc. For this, let's just go over the basics. Now, sorry, um, the first thing to do is we actually need introducing a new tag, HTML tag called the nav tag. And this just tells like the page, it makes it look nice as far as code, easier to go. And now we're going to do some Bootstrap CSS, and then we're going to give it a role. The navbar is just a Bootstrap thing, and this is kind of what Bootstrap recommends. Now, actually, before I get too far, the documentation can be found on this page. If you go to Get Bootstrap, click on Components, not CSS, but Components, it'll give you exactly where you can find this. You can go to Nav, you can also go to Navbar, and there's various examples of how dropdowns will look just by default, which are really nice, and they really take into account different mobile settings and so on. So let's actually go back, and we're going to go and style this to be right. The first thing you need within your navigation bar is a container, and we're going to do a container that's fluid. And now this is where we start actually doing stuff that is for your actual navbar styling. And during this process, you can actually go in and make sure that what you're doing is sort of working. So just so we can go look, we can go in here and we can see that it's actually loading in. But of course, it's not really doing anything. There's nothing inside it. So we now have to put in our list items. And most navigation bars are done with a UL and LI combination. And Bootstrap does the same thing, and then they give it their own classes, which is kind of nice. Now, an important thing about classes and a common mistake, or about dropdowns, is maybe you're coding this and you just do home like that, and then you do a contact like this. Now, the important thing that's missing here is there's no link. So this is a common mistake that I see a lot, and now it's not going to be styled. So really the quick fix for this, and it's kind of given, is to do an anchor tag. Now, this is actually a good time to say about LIs. LIs, to be correct, have to be directly below a UL. And that's just a XHTML compliant thing that directly beneath a UL, there has to be an LI. And no other tag can work. Or, I mean, it can be nothing too. I mean, that works too. But kind of a common mistake you see on websites is sometimes the LI is written like like this, where you have the LI inside it, and browsers will make it work, but really it's not best practice. Um, you really should be putting the AI and any content by that matter within the LI because anything can go inside of it. So now we have like 2 pages right here, and you can see that they're definitely coming in. Now let's add a few more pages in here, and I'm just gonna copy this, and we're gonna add just some random pages. Just so we have stuff to play with. And you can see it's right in here. Now, the problem is it's not right aligned, it's left aligned to our little, to our navigation, or our column. So what we can do is Bootstrap has this nifty little class where you can actually pull things right, and it's called pull right. There's also a pull left, and that's actually in the wrong location. We can do that in here. And you can see that our navigation bar is now in place. Now this is just an intro, and it of course is not styled correctly to how we want it on here, but it is a start. Now the next step really will be to get it to look like this, and this does suggest a drop down. So that might be your next step, is to program a drop down into this. The way drop downs work, just to kind of explain it, although I'm not going to be doing one right now, is they actually have another UL within this LI. So it's like you have a UL, LI, and then a sub menu underneath each one. And that's kind of the common sense way of doing it. And it works fairly nicely. But that is a kind of an introduction of how to create a menu or a navigation bar within Bootstrap. Hope this helped. Talk to you guys soon.